Georgie hasn't been the most honest in their relationship, but it turns out Mandy is hiding something much bigger. Here's everything that went down in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 3. Up until this point, the story has been pretty straightforward in the Young Sheldon sequel. Episode 1 saw the couple struggling with life under Audrey and Jim's roof, while Episode 2 officially reunited Georgie with his younger sister Missy. It's going to be a little while until we see more Coopers in the new TV show, Episode 5, for a Thanksgiving special if previews are anything to go by, so it's over to the McAllisters to deliver the drama. Fortunately, Mandy has an absolute clanger that she's been keeping a secret from Georgie. Here's the full Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 3 debrief. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 3 kicks off with Georgie in an unusually happy mood, even for him. After working his fingers to the bone over at Jim's tire shop and being all too aware that he now needs to provide for his young family, he signs himself up for a credit card. Audrey and Jim jokingly warn him about the dangers, to which he says he's all too aware. They also imply Mandy has had trouble with credit cards in the past, with Mandy desperately trying to get them to drop the subject. When Georgie questions her about it, Mandy claims it's an issue in her past and she's learned her lesson. The pair go out to eat to take the new credit card for a spin, with Mandy warning Georgie not to go too crazy. He replies that George taught him to be incredibly wary of getting into debt, so he knows what he's doing. That night at home, Mandy reveals all after the two get intimate. She's still $12,000 in debt after splashing out on multiple credit cards when she was younger. Georgie goes crazy, both panicking and fuming that Mandy has kept it a secret. Listening on in the other room, Audrey is secretly thrilled that the issue has come between them. Meanwhile, Connor reveals a secret of his own. He's been chatting to Jay Leno regularly after sending him a birthday card. They were born on the same day. The next day, Mandy shares all of her credit card bills with Georgie, and there are a lot of charges. Most of them are for shoes and bags, with a trip to New York thrown in for good measure. However, there is one charge that stands out, which is a bill to a local emergency room. Mandy explains that her boyfriend at the time got into a nasty accident, with only Mandy having the means to pay for his treatment. Georgie says he should have paid her back, to which Mandy half-heartedly agrees. Trying to get the money back, Georgie asks for his name, with Mandy refusing to tell him. He approaches Jim about the issue at work, who knew about both the boyfriend's accident and the credit card debt. Making Georgie promise not to tell Mandy, Jim gives him the name, which is never revealed to the audience. Georgie turns up at his door, demanding payment, with the guy living in a dingy bedsit. The ex-boyfriend seems all too willing to write Georgie a check, but when he gets to the bank, he's told the check is no good. Georgie spots him nearby, who confesses he knew the check would be bad, so offers to get the money himself. By robbing the place, Georgie runs out as fast as he can. Back at home, Mandy offers to contact her ex in order to get the money back, as it clearly means so much to Georgie. Not telling her what happened earlier that day, Georgie says not to worry as some things are better left in the past. The pair promise not to keep any more secrets, but each goes to sleep clearly hiding something. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 3 ends with the family collectively working out how they can pay the debts back. Mandy reveals she's managed to get work at a local diner 3 days a week, while Audrey has offered to look after Cece while she's out. Meanwhile, Georgie has a new idea for Jim's shop, which involves using an old van to tow people's faulty cars. Jim explains that the police usually call other films, but Georgie pulls in a few favors with Meemaw's cop friends following the gambling room fallout. The episode ends with Georgie being inundated with calls to tow cars and Mandy struggling to be away from Cece while she works. Connor also gets a call from Jay Leno asking if he wants to come to LA to perform with his band. What do you think? Tell us in the comments and keep watching Film Buff Baby.